Peace, peace, peace. I go by the name of Barry Mars, also known as Doc Marzi. You are now listening to the Get to Know Me podcast.
Get to Know Me podcast is sponsored by Big Love LLC, an online clothing apparel shop for men, women, children, and no label. Feel free to visit our website today at bigluv.bigcartel.com. That's biglove.bigcartel.com.
No one be on your shitty ass social media or your fucking random ass no bar ass podcast. I don't give a fuck about that nor you.
No joke right there. I'm so serious. Why so serious? A little joke. Just let her know when you want to be serious. Cause when you want to be serious, I'm gonna play around, and when you want to play around, I'm gonna be serious. And if we want to play around and be serious at the same time, I'm just gonna walk off and be serious and playing around while I'm being serious. Because I'm just playing around. Cause I'm never serious.
Why, you been feeling good?
No, I ain't been feeling it bad. But I thank God for being as well as here.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bizzy Balboa. Welcome to the Get to Know Me podcast. Roll it up, twist it up, and light it, because it's about to go down. Welcome to the Get to Know Me podcast. Go ahead and roll it, twist it, light it, get your coffee or your tea, meditate, pray, sage the building, because you never know what may be said over the airwaves of the Get to Know Me podcast platform. I'm the host and creator, Bizzy Balboa. Welcome to the show if you've never been here, and welcome back if you have. And today we have a special guest. We have, you know what I'm saying, the San Diego born, raised, you know what I'm saying? Belize City. That's very interesting. He was raised in Belize City. You know, very talented artist. I've had the opportunity to witness you perform in person. Very incredible. I mean, just incredible. Going a lot of places, dropping a lot of hits. The one and only C13.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on today, back to back to back, but you know, it's all good. It's all good.
The grind, it don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. So I was reading a little bit of your background here in your bio, and I didn't know that about you. I mean, that you were raised in Belize City. What was that like?
It was I mean, I feel like it definitely was a big part of who I am today, whether it's like music wise or even like just as a person, like just being humble. Like I used to wash my clothes by hand, hang it out on the line outside. We didn't have hot water, so I would have to boil my water to take baths if I wanted something warm.
Wow.
You know, it's stuff like that you know really, I guess, made me resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
It made me resourceful for sure, and yeah, it's just a big part of who I am. I feel.
That's incredible. You know, coming from that, I can imagine that someone like you would be very humble. And I get that from your spirit and even being around you just a little bit of time that I have been around you. So it's unique that you have this name. What's the meaning behind it, C13?
Oh my God, I should have. Well, one, it represents like like independence, confidence, and whatnot. Three is like I believe it's like creativity and stuff like that, which really just, you know, and together 1 + 3 is 4, which was, I believe, like my life path number, which is how I like I guess my kind of like purpose to the world, to teach, to show my creativity and whatnot. So it aligned. And then the C is like the first letter of my name. But then it's cool because my government is Sierra. So CIE, it's like half of my name, C13.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's incredible. That's dope. That's nice. Okay. I like that. I was wondering, you know, what was the meaning behind that, but I'm very glad I asked. So
yeah, half my name, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. So with the Get to Know Me podcast, that's literally what we do. We want to get to know you. So we want to know about your journey. You know, we want to know about, you know, I guess the creative process and how you come about your ideas whenever you're creating songs.
For me personally, I get inspired by the beat. I know some people, they can just write, But for me, I get inspiration from the beat. Like even sometimes, like if I'm looking through beats or, and the title of the beat, it will just inspire me. And then I'll kind of just listen, see how I'm feeling, words, will just start flowing and you'll start melodies in your head. And I get really inspired by the beat first. But that's how kind of like my creative process. When I get in the mood, just listen to beats. Every time I'm on YouTube or something, anytime I see like a beat, I'll just go ahead and hear it. And if I like it, I'll save it to a playlist. And then on those days where it's like I'm sitting through traffic, I'll just go through that list of beats. And if I'm like vibing with something, I hear a little melody, I save it to another playlist where it's like beats under construction, where it's like, okay, I have something with
like
this.
I feel something here. Okay.
Yeah. And I just kind of start flowing with that.
That's dope.
That's like my process. Yeah.
That's dope. Like, is that how you got into music? What inspired you to even start doing music?
Well, my my parents, I guess. My dad is a sound engineer. And I mean they had me pretty young, but he was just starting, figure his stuff out, and he was doing like sound engineering. Actually, I have a cousin, her name is Poetic. So I would watch him record her, and then he would also do like live bands, and he would do like sound for churches and like Martin Luther King parades and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I got into like seeing how music is made, and there's an engineer, there's drums, or there's a microphone. And I guess he so-called was trying to be a rapper. But he, that didn't work out. So, but he would try to like write little rhymes and stuff for me. And I'm like 3 years old, barely know how to read. And he would like say this, and he would make the beats and he would record me. And then my sister's mom, she would always, listen to music in the car on repeat, like Mary J. Blige, that one song, hey, we were always on repeat.
I want to be with you, gotta be with you.
Yeah, everything. So that's kind of where I got introduced into like music. And then so once I moved to Belize, I didn't really have that many toys. I mean, I couldn't bring a lot of toys with me. All our stuff got shipped and I could only carry, so much. So one thing that I would do, like back in the day with like the CDs, and they would have like the little booklet and it had the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
So I would always like, I don't know, just rewrite the lyrics and try to learn songs. And I guess in hindsight, that's kind of writing the lyrics almost kind of trains me how a song is formed.
Right. The format.
So yeah, and I didn't really realize that at the time. And then I guess at the time as well, my dad was always like, oh yeah, you should be a gospel singer and this and that. And so I was starting to write like Christian music at 7 years old.
Wow.
I would make the beat with my hands. I would even write down the beat, right, left, right, left.
Wow. Okay. You were really, are really a musician, like really trained.
Yeah. And then I don't know, he would always try to like have me try to learn an instrument like harmonica. He rode up with a harmonica, a flute, one of those maracas, the African shells. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. And then once I came back from Belize, like right before high school, I kind of stopped. But then I took like English classes and she would have us make like haikus and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I could do this. I like this. Then after high school, the person I was dealing with, they were in like this group, like this rap group. And I was just, and their music was on SoundCloud. And I was like, what? Like, I could listen to y'all's music on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
I was like, I could do that. And then my cousin I started seeing her stuff on like Pandora. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you big money. You showed up on Pandora. Like, I didn't know like the process though.
Right.
But seeing my cousin, I guess, and then seeing those around me, I'm just like, oh, I could do this. I could get
Light
back.
bulb went off.
Yeah, so I was just like, might as well like get up in there.
Right. Start your own journey.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. And see, I saw that you also said that you drew a lot of inspiration from legends like Michael Jackson, Outkast, Doja Cat, and you describe your music as like a sound fuse of R&B, hip hop, and Afro-Latin rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
What type of vibe should people expect whenever they listen to your music? What should they expect? What should they take away from it?
Honestly, I know it sounds like cliche or whatever, but I don't want to be put in a box. Like
Nice.
I love all type of music. Like my music background is just, it's so extensive. I feel that in a way I kind of want to showcase that. Like if I want to, like I grew up, you know, Buju Banton, Jay-Z, Bone Thugs and Harmony, like R&B, 2000s, but then also like real oldies music, Magic 92.5 type music.
Okay.
And you know, I like rock. Fifi
Okay.
Dawson, it was someone that was a part of my life. She was the first person, like first Black woman that I saw that was into doing alternative music. But I just, when people listen to my music, I just want there to be something for everybody. Like there's at least one song that you like, whether it's a hip hop, a rap, whether it's like an Afro beat type of song or like a rock song. I just don't want to be, you know, put in one box. Like definitely want to be able to create and stuff like that.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. And I can't even put you in the box after listening to your music. I was all over the place, you know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with you. Should not be put in the box with your type of talent. And I also want to know, you know, what are some of your favorite sources to draw inspiration from? Like, do you go to a certain place? Do you have to be in a certain mindset? Like, how do you get in the zone?
I kind of feel like for me, creativity, it comes like the motivation for it comes and goes. Like there's some days I'm definitely like, I don't feel like doing music. I don't want to hear no beats. I'm good. And then there's moments where I'm like, I want to create. And so then that's where I get my playlist.
Yeah.
But inspiration, I think more so now I try to just base it off of what I'm going through. I think most of my songs are like, they were inspired by like things that happened for sure. And then yeah, I kind of just listen to the beats and whatever comes to me, or if I'm upset and I'm like, oh, I'm about to make a diss track on this one. Then I try to get in that mood and then just like find some beats. I'm just like, okay, yeah. And then like just start saying dumb shit. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, you fake ass, no neck ass nigga. Like
just going off.
Just inspiration.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yes.
So have you had any, you know, what have been some of your biggest challenges as you've been doing this, you know, this route as an independent artist? It's not easy. People don't know the work that goes behind it. So, you know, I know it's probably not been as much as we have time for, but what would you say some of your biggest challenges have been?
So a few challenges, I would say. For one, the biggest thing that I kind of feel like I'm lacking is a team, like community team. Especially, I don't know, with women in this industry, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
With guys, I don't know, whether it's like guys, they'll literally get up and go shoot hoops. Like they'll go play basketball. Like they're really close together. They go to each other's houses, they play video games and stuff like that. Girls don't really do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So with guys, like they really build that community and like, hey bro, can you do this for me? Or can you, they're all, but for like women, it's kind of hard because, you got to kind of navigate people's intentions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And, but for me, it's definitely community. Like I pretty much do everything myself. Like I record myself, I take my own videos, pictures.
Wow.
I'll pull up to performances by myself. Like, so, it's, I would say that's a big thing. Like I don't have people to necessarily, like I've plenty of times have asked people, like random strangers, like, hey, can you record for me, please? Like, so, because, and then also a lot of people are not reliable.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of a challenge as well. People say like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then they don't. And then I'm running late or oh, this and that. And it's just like, I'm very like, I got to get stuff done with or without you. Like I can't. Yeah. Another challenge I would say is probably just the funding part of it. Doing music is really expensive, and tying into that, a challenge was like finding good engineers, and not to say like, there of course there's bad engineers, but I feel like you really have to find an engineer that that's not only talented but also resonates with your music,
with your sound.
Yeah, and respects you as well as an artist, because I've definitely dealt with engineers that's like, oh no, I like it this way, or no, I can't put my name on that because I want it done this way, or oh no, you should change the beat. And trying to like put their hand in my art, and it's just like, I like it this way, or no, I don't want so much auto-tune, I don't want it to sound like T-Pain, you know? So finding those engineers, I've definitely like, I've had one song, I've went to like 3-4 different engineers that I've been just trying to find, and that's paying each engineer
each time,
every single time to get it right. But I just kind of like was like, whatever, I'll just go to my main engineer that I go to. It's just he's in LA and I'm in San Diego, so I was trying to find, someone out here, but it gets pricey, and the return on investment is not that great. It's really not that great. Like you, of course, like you make money from shows. Streaming is like, you really have to be streaming thousands and thousands to really see any money from that. But yeah, I would say that's a challenge. Just, trying to do everything and then
on your own.
Yeah, on your own, and push everything and be consistent with it too.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the only reason why I said that, like saying that we may not even have enough time to go through that, is because I know as an independent artist myself that it's a lot and it can be overwhelming doing it all by yourself, especially when you have this passion for it. You don't even know how to turn it off. And you just keep adding things onto your palette, and it's like you're overwhelming yourself, but you can't stop because this is what you love to do, and it's only one you. So it does get hard. It's challenging, and that's the whole purpose of why I started recording artists, because I wanted to highlight the behind the scenes of what we have to go through in order to even do what we do, in hopes that people would hear it and be like, okay, well, maybe I will start sharing their music, or maybe I will start buying their merch. You know what I mean? Because if a lot of times people need to know the why. They need to know, why should I support this person? Why? And if they get to know your story, sometimes that will open up, a little bit where they'll want to support you in the long run.
Yeah, especially working a whole full-time job. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have any kids right now, but I could just imagine like
Right.
working full time and having a kid and having to do music.
Yeah.
God.
That would
But
be overwhelming.
yeah, it's just me and my plants. So
Did you always know that you were going to start recording music and doing it like for, like taking it serious? This is what you want to do for life.
well, yeah. When I was when I was living in Belize, I kind of felt like, that's when I started hearing like the Lecrae's and like
Mm-hmm.
all the Christian rap and not so much Kirk Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you know what? I could see myself like being a Christian artist or something like that. But see what happened was, but no, I always wanted to do this. Like I definitely like I'm not one of those like I'm definitely not lazy. Like my work ethic speaks for itself,
Yeah.
but I don't see myself being in corporate for forever. Like
Right.
I would love to just be able to make music, do other things, work for myself. It's just it gets soul crushing sometimes when you're at work. Like I work 10 hours a day, and that's not even including commute, getting ready. And it's just like, dude, I just every morning I sign my life away, sign my whole day away, and it's like I have so much potential,
Yeah.
but I'm out here at a desk.
Man, I'm living the same life as you. I'm telling you, because it is a lot. It's overwhelming. And then on top of that, I'm in school, so I'm making it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
doing a lot right now.
yeah.
But I've noticed that, from your work ethic in San Diego, you've built yourself up, across from, a lot of different scenes here, from performing at Balboa Park, the club scene, even in, a bar in Connecticut. You've performed with live bands. I mean, now you're getting paid gigs. How does that feel to start actually being accommodated for your art?
It's nice. It's nice. It's even if the small amounts,
Yeah.
it's like I'm gonna appreciate that like as if it was thousands, because it's just all about appreciating what you get so that the universe can really bless you with bigger, but it feels good to know that I'm doing what I want to do, like with my art, my craft, and
Mm-hmm.
being compensated for it, and people seeing value in it, other than myself.
Yeah.
And it feels good, definitely,
That's dope.
to get to that point.
I know it does, like to finally get to that point. I mean, because a lot of times you do a lot for free. People think you're supposed to just jump in the game getting paid, but a lot of times you have to, pay them. You have to pay to be a part, and then eventually earn your way, or you know what I mean. You work your way to that point where people feel like, okay, I deserve to be paying you. You know what I mean? It should be that way. So I'm happy to see that that's happening for you, because I know that that feels wonderful.
Mhm.
And you sent us 3 tracks, so I want to go through them because they were crazy. They were they were
Yeah,
incredible. Like we were jamming over here, me and my brother. We were listening to them. He was like, "That is crazy." He was like, "They go hard."
yeah.
So I wanted to talk about each track individually here, but let's talk about Go Crazy first. What was the inspiration behind that? Because you were spitting. I'm talking about going, you really did go crazy.
So go crazy. Obviously, like I don't know why, but at like I don't know 2 3 years old, whatever. My favorite song was Freakily Pablo.
Yeah.
That whole Little John like crunk like
Mhm.
that was I don't know. I love
You
that
love
type
that type of
of.
music.
So a few years, like a couple years ago, um I had went to Vegas with my friends and whatnot, and we were playing like all the old 2000s music, crunk and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
Boosie Badass, and I was just like, oh, I need to do something like this, like
Yeah.
it really inspired me. And then I heard the beat, and I heard that, yeah, like that first little John. I was like, yes, this is the one.
Yeah, you snapped.
And I don't know, I Go Crazy is, I love that song. It's just crunk. It gets me energized. And yeah, it the lyrics, it's just like, ever since I was a little girl, I always knew, you know, I knew eventually I'll get there.
Yeah, that's
But
dope.
it's kind of like speaking things into existence as well.
Yeah.
There's definitely like, you know, like book me 20K for a show and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
it definitely,
Yeah, manifest.
there's some lyrics in there like hustling hard for my future babies. So when you
Yeah,
see,
I heard that.
but yeah,
Yeah, you was going crazy for real. I love that song. Like all of them really were a vibe. I love each and every one of them. Tequila was a vibe too. Like I kind of found myself going into a different, I don't know, dimension whenever I was listening to it, because it just started to make me think all of a sudden. And I don't even remember what I was thinking about, but it just started to make me think. It was like, I don't know, it was very good. It felt good. It's like feel good music. Just made me feel very relaxed, and also like I wanted to party. But yeah, like what was the inspiration behind that?
So the beat itself, it was talking about tequila, like the first little intro part. And at the same time, I'm learning more Spanish, like to be more fluent. Like I know Spanish, I know basic Spanish. So I definitely wanted to like, I feel like right now my music is more encompassing like my core background with the Caribbean music, some
Yeah.
Spanish in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um and a little like R&B
Yeah.
almost. So I think tequila, it, you know, I got to use a little Spanish.
Yeah, it catches you by surprise. I'm like, oh man, okay. Like that really it popped, like that was incredible.
Yeah, I wanted like a good like party song.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, speaking to existence, somebody's tequila brand could,
Hello.
shoot. Let's collab.
You down with it?
Got to be strategic sometimes.
I was thinking that. I was like, hey, that sounds like some good branding to me. Good
Yeah.
marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, the first time I heard West Coast was actually on your Instagram, and I was like, dang, this go hard. That right there is a real banger. That definitely shows your San Diego side, speaking of, where you're from, going from that, the go crazy to, feeling that the Caribbean side and tequila, to you coming to the West Coast to San Diego and really making like a real West Coast banger. It definitely, it shows your diversity a lot, and it also shows like that you can adapt to your environments, you're a survivalist.
Yeah, West Coast. Again, when I heard the beat, I was just like, feeling that. And then there's like a sprinkle of Spanish, like ojos is I. um but yeah, I wanted to do something a little bit more West Coast style. Like it's not quite Southeast, but kind of in a way, like, they mess with it. So
yeah
um because I went to Morris. Like I went to get that Morris.
You definitely
Skyline, Skyline, my cousins was Lincoln Park area. Like that's definitely something that is, it's a part of me. It's in there. But yeah, West Coast, I definitely wanted to make something that represented the San Diego part.
You got a lot, going on, and you definitely popping. I mean, I feel like just getting to know a little bit about you now, it definitely, makes me understand and respect what you do even more. And I already was jamming to the music, but now to know a little bit behind you and understand a little bit more definitely makes me want to, stand behind you. And since you've been on the podcast, that definitely makes you a part of the podcast family, the Get to Know Me podcast family. So welcome to the family. And we're gonna do the best we can. Anytime you have anything that you need to promote, or if you need us to, post anything, just send it. We'll support it. You don't have to worry about a thing, payments or nothing on the Get to Know Me podcast. We just, we support artists. We're artists who support artists. So, we're gonna be doing the same for you. So we appreciate you coming on. Now, I do want to know, where can people find you? How can they support you?
On IG, it's.c13, its.c13. On TikTok, same thing. On Apple Music, Spotify, it's C13. But yeah, if you go to Instagram, you'll be able to find all the links and all that.
Definitely gonna have all your links and information in the podcast description to make it easy for everybody to follow you and support you. So there'll be no excuses. Y'all can't say, "Oh, I couldn't find her." Nah, I put the links in the description. So all y'all gotta do is just scroll to the bottom and you'll see everything there. But we definitely appreciate you coming on. Before you go, I did want to ask you, we have like this little moment of random questions, kind of like a little goofy moment.
Let's go.
So I want to know, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Karaoke.
She's like, I don't do that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not good with lyrics. Sometimes, like, I be forgetting my own lyrics. But if I had to choose like a go-to karaoke song, it would probably be what's it called? Ain't No Mountain High.
Oh yeah. Okay. You know the whole song?
I like to think so.
Okay.
I believe so.
I'm like, you gotta know it, but nah, they gonna have the lyrics up there for you. Okay, so the next question is gonna be let's see, it says, this is kind of a weird question. It says, what body part would you like to add?
Would I like to add?
Yeah. Like if you could have like an extra hand.
Can I add some wings or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I would add some wings, but if
you can add. It didn't say you couldn't add something that you didn't necessarily already have. So yeah, wings is cool. Okay,
I need some wings. I got places to go.
I'll probably add another like arm because I'll be able to do more. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I would add. Another pair of eyes in the back of my head or something. I don't know. It'll be weird.
Yeah.
Or maybe another leg since I'm short. That probably come handy. I'll be able to run faster. Oh. Okay. And the last question here they have is, what is the funniest or craziest thing you've ever done?
The funniest or craziest thing I've ever done. Ooh. I pushed a girl out a window.
Oh my God. Have you already served your time, ma'am?
I didn't get time. The window wasn't that high off the ground.
I'm like, oh my goodness, this ain't no jumper,
Yeah, it was in the Belize. We had those windows where it's like a latch hook and you just open it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. She was talking shit or something and just bloop.
Not talking shit by the window.
Yeah.
Man.
Flipped over, got all muddy, and then walked back in. I was like, you shouldn't be talking shit. I don't know.
I can't even think of, I don't know what, I've done so many crazy things. I can't even think of an example. Jeez. Yeah. It's been a lot. I don't know. I've had a lot of crazy things. I think I've gotten like 2 hit and runs in one day in Vegas before. Yeah, that's probably one of the craziest things. Dang. Yeah, Vegas is wild. But yeah, thank you. Y'all, this has been the Get to Know Me podcast. It's been a pleasure having you. How did you feel about the interview?
Good.
Y'all know y'all got to support her. You know, we're going to have the music playing and everything. But it's been the Get to Know Me podcast with Bizzy Balboa with the guest here, C13. Y'all know what it is. Stay safe, but stay dangerous. And we are out.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Get to Know Me podcast. New episodes released weekly on Saturdays and Wednesdays. In the weeks where we skip, please tune into our previous episodes. Other ways to support is word of mouth, following us on all social media and podcast platforms, and supporting the guest on our show. You also can become a subscribed listener by signing up as low as 99 cents a month, where you will have access to exclusive episodes, a chance to win prizes, and more. Again, thank you for tuning into the Get to Know Me podcast, created and hosted by Bizzy Balboa.